Hi, this is Lisa Allen, and in this video you will learn how to turn your video script from the previous lesson into an awesome set of slides, and then in part 2 coming up you'll also get the skinny on how to record your video. So first let's talk about the software. There are 3 applications I usually use for this, depending on what I'm teaching. First, for creating slides, I usually use either PowerPoint, which you see here, or if you don't have PowerPoint and you don't want to buy it, there's also OpenOffice, which you can download for free at openoffice.org. The benefits of OpenOffice is that it's completely free software, and as you can see here, it's mostly compatible with Microsoft Office. It's very similar. And I say mostly because sometimes layouts will shift somewhat when you open a Word or a PowerPoint file in OpenOffice. The downside of using OpenOffice for PowerPoint style slides is that OpenOffice does not come with nearly as many themes and slick effects as PowerPoint. And as you can see here, some of the slide designs that come with it by default are a bit dated looking. On the other hand, PowerPoint has many more themes, and they are a little bit newer in design and a little bit more professional looking. So in owning both, my preference is to use PowerPoint because it means that it doesn't take me as long to prepare a slideshow that is visually pleasing. Now, the second application I often use when designing a presentation to get my point across is Glyphy, which you can see here. And Glyphy is a free online drawing and flowchart app, and you can find it at glyphy.com. As you can see, it's very easy to use, and you can quickly create some great looking graphics and charts with it. If there are any topics in your presentation that are very complex or technical, creating a simple graphic in Glyphy to demonstrate what you're talking about can really make your presentation clearer, and it will also keep your audience from dropping out from your video when they get confused. And lastly, I want to show you an application called the Logo Creator. It's pretty inexpensive and makes great logos and quick graphics, especially if you aren't a designer, because it comes with a bunch of built-in templates. But what I really like to use it for in my presentation is the add-on 3D characters and people packs. And you can see I've got the 3D female characters that I've used in some of my presentations, and it's also got the people pack. And so you've got a variety of different people that you can put into your presentations. And it comes with a lot more other graphics, but the people pack and the 3D characters are actually add-on packs that you have to add on. Now, I mentioned about the graphics because relevant graphics also increase the believability of your presentation, so I really highly recommend picking up the Logo Creator and the 2 add-on packs I mentioned. It's pretty cheap compared to per photo stock image prices that you would have to pay elsewhere, and you'll be able to use these images in unlimited projects, and then you'll also know that they are safe to use from a copyright perspective. So let's get ready to talk about how you're going to build your slides. So open up either PowerPoint or OpenOffice and pick your slides theme. But before we build any slides, I have one more point that you need to think about, and that is that you need to consider what the finished video size is now before you create your slides. Do you want an HD size video? HD videos are becoming increasingly popular and more standard these days, so I always try to shoot my videos in 1280 by 720, which will give me an HD size video. Now, HD videos have a ratio of 16:9, and you'll want to resize your slide page to a 16:9 ratio before starting. And this means that you don't have to spend a lot of time fiddling with the layout of the slides after you've got them all done to try and fit them into the HD size video. And also, it means that your video will fill up the entire screen instead of having black stripes on the side. So now let's move on to the structure of the video presentation. If you're doing a slideshow style video, then you'll use a structure similar to this one. You'll start with a title screen, and then you'll have other slides that have one major heading per slide, and then you'll end with a call to action or a closing summary. And if you're already familiar with this structure, it's because we used this structure when we were creating our script. So on your title slide, you'll want to make sure that it contains the name of your presentation and any branding that you want to include. Now, branding is very important these days because it makes people remember you. You'll notice that I like to put my picture and my logo on my title slide. Naming your presentation something attractive that draws interest or promotes the benefit is also very important. Giving a product a good name or a poor one is sometimes the difference between lots of viewers and sales and none. Imagine that the title screen is essentially the email subject line. It gets people to open it. Next, you'll do your major headings. And in the previous video on how to write a script, I taught you to create a bullet point list of topics before writing the actual script just to keep you on topic. And I hope you saved that file because you will now be able to take those major bullet point headlines and turn each one into the heading on a slide. And you can see that by mapping out the script the way we did, we've already built a framework for the presentation that we can just reuse. And this makes building the slides very fast and easy. After you have your major heading slides created, go through your script and pull out your best points to use as the bullet points for each slide. And then you'll want to end with your call to action. This can be an invitation to click on a link, a list of steps you want your visitors to do next to get the promised benefits, to share the video, or whatever other action you want your visitors to take after watching. You can even make this a promise of further information, such as a slide that says, "In tomorrow's video you will learn," and this provides a little bit of a teaser so that your audience will want to come back and watch the next video. Now the last step is to go through your slides and do a final polishing. And what this means is that you add some relevant images to the slides if you have them, and as I mentioned before, images add trust and believability. And you also want to make sure that your slides match your script. And what I mean by this is that you go through your slides and read through your script once while moving through the slides to make sure that your slides actually make sense with the script you have written. And if you find things that are not in the script that you put in the slides that you really want to keep, then add them to your script, and vice versa. And once you have all of this completed, you are almost ready to shoot your video. So that's it for how to set up your slides, and in the next video you'll learn how to actually use the script while recording, and I'll give you some of my best tips for flub-free recordings. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's video.